Last night, man, I gotta tell my testimony now. I already shared the video to a lot of the brothers. You know, last night, man, before I went to lay my head, man, I was up late. Just had got done doing a lesson, whatever the case may be, and I was just sitting there kicking it with my wife. So we got a plethora baby girl. So she's like, I don't want to sleep with both of them in the bed. So I took the other one into my son's room. That's where I've been sleeping at for like the last couple of weeks. My son been downstairs in the front room. For some reason, he don't like sleeping in his room, so he just like being downstairs in the front room. So I go back, and I enjoy sleeping in his bed. It's comfortable. So I took my one baby girl to the room with me, and I laid her down. And before I laid down, I went to pray. And this wasn't even a long prayer, but I closed my eyes. And I seen an image of a beard and an afro. Like, it looked just like them videos, man. Like the videos that Manatazat be making. I mean, the beard was huge. It was hanging off the face like this. And then the beard was a perfect beard in a bush. Literally, like, I seen this piece and everything. I seen him going around the lips and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't see his lips, but I seen this. I seen all of this. But it was huge, like it's like you know how in the law, you ain't supposed to line your hair up. This image had a perfect his beard was in a perfect shape, his hair was in a perfect shape. Even I seen the edge up part, and it wasn't like it looked just like he had a damn perfect haircut, man. That's what I seen. Right? So and I'm sitting there, I'm like, and I'm literally in the midst of my words when I'm praying in my mind. So you know how you close your eyes and I just see an image like right in my face standing there. And I see the beard in the bush. And as soon as I got done praying, it was like I woke up out of a dream, bro. That's how deep. I don't know how I was in so deep of a trance like that, but I was. And it felt like I woke up and I was literally I had just prayed. So literally, as soon as I got done, I was like, I ain't never seen that before. And then something was like, look out the window. And I looked out the window, and I looked over, and I see the fleet of chariots, like, just descending out of the sky, man. Like, that really happened. Like, that right there was confirmation that really was an angel. I seen an angel. Like, I seen an angel, dead ass. And that right there was just, it's just a faith booster. This is a faith booster for all you believers, man. The true believers of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Like, Lord's willing, man, we out of here real soon. I can feel that it's not about to last too much more longer, man. It's still like unbelievable. Like, I just be like, damn, Lord, you showing me this? Like, damn. And I know I seen plethora of videos of brothers that seen fleets of chariots and all of that. This is not trying to say, we special or some type of shit like that, but I'm just thankful that the Lord showed me this, man, And I went to the group chat to call the brothers, and, most of the brothers were asleep. And my one brother, Bashar, he answered, but as soon as he went outside, the last one came down and disappeared. But then another chariots was in the sky, like single ones. It was like single chariot. We seen one go past, and I seen another one. And then when me and him got off the phone, I seen two bright chariots go like cross each other. And I was like, yo, something about to happen. I was like, damn, man. It just blew my mind that happened like that, man. Like, I seen that image, and ultimately, man, if I wouldn't have seen those chariots, I'd have been like, yo, what was that? Probably wouldn't think nothing of it. But that was confirmation when I seen that fleet of chariots, that I literally seen the image of an angel as my eyes was closed. I seen the beard and I seen the afro, man. This truth that we're in is really the truth. Like, man, I'm telling you, man, the Lord put the spirit on that brother Manatazat to do those videos, and I'm telling you, it's pretty damn close what the angels really look like, man. That's crazy. It looked just like that. You brothers remember? You brothers ever seen the Manatazak video where he got the Southern Kingdom, they all sitting at the table, and you got the Northern Kingdom, then you got the Native American tribe right on the side. They got the Native American hat on. Then you got the Northern King. You got Ephraim. You got the curly hair. And then you got Judah. He got the big ass fro. That's what the angel hair was like. It looked just like that with the big ass fro, with the big ass beard, man. It looked just like that's exactly what the image I seen. Now I couldn't see no face makeup, but I seen the image of the beard in the afro, like that right there, man. I'm telling you, man. You know, that's my testimony, man. That just happened last night around 4:07 to 4:15 in the morning, man. All right. So with that being said, Lord's willing, this was edifying. I'm gonna post a clip after this. You know, I'm gonna try to merge this video and the clip together so y'all can see it. You know, Lord's willing. You know, this will give y'all a faith booster, man. This is no bullshit. Why I was just washing out giants and fleeting chariots coming out the sky, man. Oh my goodness. Call Hawaii like how Bashim out shy. Yo, Akim, this is no bullshit. Why I was just praying, right? Before I went to bed, and I seen a man, I seen some image with a beard, and a big beard, and a big afro, bro. And I woke up and just looked, something told me to look out the window, and I seen these fleeting chariots coming out the sky. Call Hawaii like how Bashim out shy. Bashim how Kakadas. Come on, man. The Lord is with us, man. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Look at the club, they keep coming. Y'all see? Call like how Bashim out shy.
I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the one true power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Akakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit, teaching His word and believing in His word. Lord willing that y'all all continue in sound doctrine and in the same Spirit. Shalom to the Akwath that are believers of His faith and His truth. Lord willing that you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing to most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. Now, the title of this lesson is Enduring Belief Without Physical Proof. And, you know, this thought of this lesson just came up out the blue. I didn't know if I was going to do a lesson or what thought it came. So I was thinking of the one verse in John 20 and 29. And then I had to read it, and I said, dang. And it's all Yahweh Shema Shai that's making me do this lesson. Because I did not have plans on going into Thomas. But it just made me even think of the brother Yarmayan having his moment last night when he was praying, going into prayer, and he seen an image of an angel. Then the thought process after he got done was, hey, go to the window. And he went out in the window and seen a fleet of chariots. And after, you know, because I missed the call because I was on watching this Amalek video. I was into it. Then I went outside the first time. Then I came back in, and then I went back outside again, and I seen playing, not without no phone, seeing something glistening, all different diamond colors, outside of all the other stars that I see. But me just personally, the excitement of this man's voice, how he was speaking, I already believe it. And all them chariots that me and my brother seen all the time after camp, you know, or when we doing New Moon together, you know, it's no doubt about it that brother seen what he had to see. So let's just get into it. This is St. John 20, and I'm going to start at 24, but the point is 29. Lord willing, this is edifying. But this is what it reads. It says, but Thomas, one of the 12, called Didymus, was not with them when Yahushua came. The other disciples therefore said unto him, we have seen the Lord. But he said unto them, except I shall see in his hand the print of the nail, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and thrust my hand into his side, I will not believe. And that's just like, oh, I would have to be there in order for you to see. And it's other things that brothers have seen. You know, this thing is a faith-based ministry, right? Now, of course, we know some things we got to be circumspect and cautious on certain thoughts. But how about Shem Yahushai is real? You know, this ministry, everything that's coming out is real. Things in front of us, war that's going on. I was just watching this a brother from the GMS Australia, Matazabeth, sent me a video on World Economic Forum. And I'm hearing certain things that they say secretively, and it was hidden. And everything in these scriptures is really coming, in face value. You know, when apostles and the other men are bringing out these prophecies, of course, us being in Christianity, you wouldn't understand what the heck they talking about. But the more that you try to, approve yourself on what's being said, actually listening to the real men of the Lord, and you looking at the precepts, you doing research, and everything is lining up, man. Yahweh Shai is definitely coming soon, right? And we don't need, brothers don't need physical proof. We got one example. When it thunders, that's the Lord, man. Isaiah 29:6. When it's an earthquake, it's the Lord. A volcano erupt, right? When disaster, massacre, death, it's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, right? To keep on going, it says, and after 8 days again, his disciples were within, and Thomas was with them. Then came Yahweh Shai, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst and said, peace be unto you. The doors were shut. He just appeared in the house, going into spiritual powers. Then saith he to Thomas, reach hither thy finger, and behold my hands, and reach hither thy hand, and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless, but believing. Now I know after what we read, you already understand. We can see that the Lord knows our thoughts, how we move, and how we think. So just for him to come up and appear in the house and say, peace be unto you, and go straight to the point, telling Thomas, reach your hand right here. So whatever you doing, I don't care what the heck you doing, right? You got to know that the Lord already knows your thoughts, man, right? Like, why we going over this right now? The Lord know exactly what we thinking, how we feel. This is Sirach 42, verse 18. He seeketh out the deep in the heart, and considereth their crafty devices. For Yahweh Shema Shai knoweth all that may be known, and he beholdeth the signs of the world. He declareth the things that are past and for to come, and revealeth the steps that are reveal the steps of hidden things. No thought escapeth him, neither any word is hidden from him. Right? The Lord knows all things, man. Whatever you dealing in secret, right? Whatever, like, you could be separated from somebody and you could be thinking negative, whatever it is, the Lord knows what the heck is going on, man. Right? He knows if you're a true believer or not. He knows. He knows, man. Right? And this is not, oh man, Lord, please just show up. Just, it's sometimes where I'm going outside and I'm asking, I want to see a chariot, and going into, let me see if I can get this off the top of my dome. Sometimes you go out, you don't even see a chariot, but just seeing, Lord willing, this is the chapter I want. Going into this, is this the one we want? Yeah, this is the one we want. I'm going to read this, right? Because Elisha, the servant couldn't even see the chariots. But then Elisha prayed to Yahweh by Shema Shai that the servant may see. Just because you go outside, just because you ain't seen a chariot, just because you probably didn't have that dream that brother had, you have to believe, right? You have to believe that it's angels, especially if you fear the Lord, that it's angels surrounding your house, maybe above your house, maybe above the firmament watching you, man. This is 2 Kings chapter 6, starting at verse 14. It says, therefore sent thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city. And when the servant of the man of God, which is Elisha, was risen early and gone forth, behold, a host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes, that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Right? These is chariots of the Lord, right? Which, when you look in the ancient world, like say Egypt, their chariots was where you stand in a cart and the horses is, pulling. That's a chariot. Right? In modern time, What is a chariot? A car, an airplane. The Heavenly Father chariot is what everybody in the world is saying, UFOs or UAPs, right? The Lord has vehicles that even the angels ride, right? He said he seen the chariots of the Lord. Wait, we can get another one just to back that up, right? Believing, right? The Lord is watching. I don't know if I can get into the messenger on this app. Dang, it's on. I think it's on this phone, right? So this is on that phone. But a brother sent. It was a news article where government officials said it was over 8,000 UFOs, chariots, hovering around the U.S. military base, man. Right? Like the dude at camp. Oh, do you have evidence? Did you go there and see? Right? This is a faith-based ministry, right? The Lord don't gotta prove a damn thing to us. We have to believe within our heart, man, that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is real. Right? This is 2 Kings chapter 2. And is this the one we want? Yeah, 2 Kings chapter 2. And I'll start at verse 10. It says, and he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. What did he get beamed up? Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more. And he took hold of his own clothes and rent them into two pieces. Even Elisha said, yo, the chariot of Israel, right? The same chariot that beamed up Enoch, Yahushua, Elijah, right? These are the same things that you just seen in my brother's video, right? Let's go back to the video. He already told you his testimony, but this is the actual image video that I got on my phone of him showing the actual when he prayed, and what he saw was the angel, and the thought came to his mind, go out and look in the go to the window and look outside. And this is what he saw when he looked outside.
Turn the light off. Look at that. Look at this out here.
Wait, Salaki, I'm about to make it dark real quick, just for a second. Please forgive me.
Coming out the sky, man. Oh my goodness. Call Hawaii like how about Shimmy I was shy. Yo, I can't this is no bullshit. While I was just praying, right? Before I went to bed, I seen a man, I seen some image with
Salaki.
a big beard, and a big afro. Chariots coming out the sky, man. Oh my goodness. Call her right.
I hope y'all can see that.
Yo, I can't. This is no bullshit. While I was just praying, right before I went to bed, I seen a man. I seen some image with a beard, big beard, and a big afro, bro. And I woke up and just looked. Something told me to look out the window, and I seen these fleeting chariots coming out the sky. Call Hawaii like how about Hashem Yahushua.
You see, it's 4 of them right there, man.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Look at it, they keep coming. I see. Yo, that's crazy.
You see him right behind the house, man.
You can't tell us the Lord not with us.
That just alone, man. That just alone, right? The servant, what we just read in 2 Kings 6, the servant said, is more of them than us. And Elisha prayed. Hold on, let's go. Let's even read that. Let's see if we can read that even in the NLT. Let's see how it's worded. Second Kings, the 6th chapter, starting at verse 15. It says, and when the servant of the man of the Most High got up early the next morning and went outside, there were troops, horses, and chariots everywhere. Oh, sir, what will we do now? The young man cried to Elisha, don't be afraid. Elisha told him, for there are more on our side than on theirs. This to give all of you, Jake, black Latinos and natives that's coming in this faith, it's more that's watching over us, covering us, protecting us. Yes, we go through trials, but Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai got shit ready for us. It says, then Elisha prayed, oh Yahweh, open his eyes and let him see. Yahweh opened the young man's eyes, and when he looked up, the servant of Elisha looked up, right? Hold on. We're going to go right back there. Let me get this real quick. Luke 21 in verse 28. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Right? So even off this brother's dream, right? Our redemption is drawn nigh. Right? A brother from GMS, Mississippi, when he said, if you see a chariot, it don't matter if it's a fleet, it don't matter if you see a beaming light, if you see it doing all these tricks, they were set up for you to see them, man. Right? If the Lord, what is it? Genesis, the 12th chapter, I believe, the 12th chapter, verse 20. Maybe not the 12th chapter. Take that back. It's 20. I believe it's the 20th chapter. Let me make sure. Nope. Is it 28? The 20. Yeah, it's the 28th chapter. And this is Genesis chapter 28 and verse 10. It says, and Jacob went out from Bathsheba and went towards Haran, and he lighted upon a certain place and tarried there all night, because the sun was set. And he took of the stones of that place and put them for his pillows, and laid down in that place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of the Most High ascending and descending on it. So in his vision, his dream, he's seeing angels coming and going from the heavens to the earth. They're still doing that. History, Ecclesiastes 1, history merely repeats itself. 2 Kings 6 and 15, the NLT, again, it says, when the servant of the Most High got up early the next morning, went outside, there were troops, horses, and chariots everywhere. Oh, sir, what will we do now? The young man cried to Elisha, don't be afraid, Elisha told him, for there are more on our side than on theirs. And Elisha prayed, oh, Yahweh, open his eyes and let him see. Yahweh opened the young man's eyes. When he looked up, he saw that the hillside around Elisha was filled with horses and chariots of fire. He looked up, man, in the sky. That the Heavenly Father got angels really in this domain. And half the time, you can't even see them. They could be invisible. He had to pray to the Lord for him to see them. So that means he didn't have the spiritual eyes to see, right? Sometimes, yeah, we're using our regular eyes, but it can take a moment with the Lord open up his spiritual vision. They were there all along, but before he couldn't even see them, and he was probably looking the same direction. It is angels in the midst of us, and we can't even see, man, right? And now that Jake is waking up, now we're able to speak on him. This man said he's seen an angel with a beard, looking black, right? We're able to speak on these things, right? Hold on. Just because he said that, I got other precepts I want to bring out, but let's get this.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark,
Black. Black skin.
really black. Yeah.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall. How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got up the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
Well, what?
say 7 feet would be.
This is, I think, a man in the government said this ship that came from out of the atmosphere came and landed on a U.S. Air Force base, and he said that these men that came out of the ship were black, right, and they looked like they ain't never been conquered, right? The top elites. When you go look at Ronald Reagan, he even said we're gonna have a threat that's not even from here. And when that day come, all nations should come together. Man, they already know what's going on, man. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai is getting ready to collect his elect, man. Regardless if you don't believe it or if you do. Again, let me go back to Thomas, man. What did Yahushai tell Thomas? Let's go to St. John 20 again, verse 29. Yahushai saith unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen, yet they have believed. Everything that's going in these scriptures, right? We in 2025. Everything that went in these scriptures from the mysteries. Some of y'all might not even, you probably didn't hear every breakdown, every lesson. But do you believe, man? Do you believe that we were in the Babylonian captivity? Do you believe that we're the actual people of the scriptures? Do you believe Yahushai, when he gave up the ghost, that the earth shook and the people that were dead rose from their grave? Do you believe? Right? Having faith in the Lord and trusting and enduring belief without physical proof. That's what this lesson going into, right? Faith beyond sight is what we see in John, the 20th chapter, verse 29, right? Thomas needed physical proof to believe Yahushai's resurrection. The Sadducees don't believe in a resurrection, but Yahushai didn't appear to them because he knew their heart, right? You fools need a sign to believe, man. Right? Let me get that. What is it? Matthew 16. This is Matthew 16, verse 3. Let me start at verse 1. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. And even if he did, they already, him casting out spirits and healing people, they said this man is a devil. He has Beelzebub in him. So even if he would have showed them, they still wouldn't believe. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red, lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? A wicked generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them departed, because Jonas was in the well for 3 days. Yahushai is going to be so-called in the grave for 3 days, right? But then you can have another example, like the time of Yahushai, you will look at that as the third day, like when he returns, right? 2,000 years ago, he was on the earth, ushering in his time coming the third day. But hey, who am I? Yahushai commends those who believe without seeing. This applies to us today, who believe through the Spirit in the scriptures, not by physical sight. Like, do you believe Moses split the Red Sea, man? Even though that's in the scriptures, we always talk about it. For us to believe, we should be changing the way that we think, changing the way that we move. Yes, you're going to have fun. Yes, you're going to do these things, but your actions, your faith, your demeanor, your addictions, right? You're smoking weed and you come in this faith, eventually you're going to let that shit go. Right? A woman partying, a woman hanging around women that are sluts, right? Because eventually, if your light not shining on them, the more you grow in this faith, eventually, through the Spirit, you get drained. Because somebody that's not of this faith, if you believe it's angels watching you and protecting you, what about those that's not in the faith? What's watching over them? and they ain't never consumed in your light. A lot of time, somebody is taken away from that. They're trying to take the light that's in you and soak you up with darkness. And most of the time, when we around people that's not of the Lord, who the heck is having a conversation about the Lord with them? Most of the time, you quiet. Maybe you talking to him. You with him for 4 hours. You with him for 8 hours. Shoot, you might be with him all day, and not one word of the Lord is coming out. You see people eating pork. Where's your mind at? Is you thinking like, man, damn, they don't even know what the heck they eating, right? They doing Memorial Day. You going to see family. Hey, I gotta go see my uncle. You see your uncle on Memorial Day. You see them in the mindset through the spirit. You ain't thinking like, man, they don't even know what's about to happen, right? When we're more around people in the world, and you're not having the mindset, let me go shine my light. Lord willing, somebody asks a question. I have moments when I'm around people in darkness that eventually I'll be around you for a moment. I'm thinking the things that I'm thinking in my mind. Out of nowhere, somebody will ask me a question. Yo, you still teaching? Oh, yo, I be seeing you teach, man. I mean, when I get a little liquor in me, we gonna have a conversation about the Lord. This always happen when I'm going down there in the Perrys, right? But recently, the brother invited me to come around. I chose to be around my brothers, right? Because at the end of the day, I understand my light is around them so many times, they ain't cleaving to it. Even though I could be around them all these other times, this is the example. A lot of our people need to be there, need to see it to believe. You in this truth now, make sure every day you're maintaining your faith, man, right? Let me see. Okay, this is Exodus 14:21. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and Yahweh caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on the right hand and on the left. That had to be a magnificent view right there, man. Dude, look, this happened thousands and thousands of years ago. Do you believe this? And if you do, your mindset should be thinking, what is the Lord going to do on this side? The Lord is already doing certain things. A lot of us is going right over our head. Like, let's look at this. This is a basic one. It's kind of basic. It's Isaiah 54:16. And it reads, it says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. We know a smith is making swords, welding, right? They're putting the steel in the fire, bringing it out, hammering it down to mold it into a shape that it wants. But who is this futurely speaking of? Speaking about the scientists, the engineers, really coming out of teaming, but these are the engineers. It says, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. I created the waster to destroy. This is the Lord speaking. The Lord said that he created the smith and the waster to destroy. What is the waster? The waster is that wind, the strong winds, right? The Lord got Esau over here making ICBM missiles. Literally, for the great day, man. Is this the one we want? Yup, this is Jeremiah 51:1. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, which Jeremiah through the Spirit is speaking about this Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Wait, hold on. Against them that bend, and let the archer bend the bow against him that lifteth himself up in his bridget, and spare ye not her young men, and destroy ye utterly all her host. Guess what? Babylon was overtaken by the Persian Medes. How did the verse just say, where's it at? Shall empty her land. Babylon was overpowered by the Persians. And then the Persian Medes took over the Babylonian land. This is speaking about America, man. That destroying wind is the waster in Isaiah 54:16, man. The Lord created it. He used Esau on the left-hand side, right? The left-hand side of that Heavenly Father is the sinister side, right? What does all the will of the Lord on the left-hand side in wickedness. Esau is getting that evil thought in his mind because Esau is going to be the reason why he destroy himself. But it's really Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Do you believe? We can go and get videos now of ICBM missiles. The Lord really was moving Esau to make this, man. Right? So let's get Hebrews 11:1. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I wasn't with Yarmayan when he had this beautiful testimony, and I didn't even pick up the phone because I was too busy in the Amalek video. But just hearing this man video, I believe. Just like knowing what happened with Daniel. Daniel being in the lion's den, the Lord came and grabbed Habakkuk by the crown of his head. It took him all the way to Dan. How did he do it? By the chariots of the Lord, man. Right? Somebody, wait, hold on. That's not in the scriptures. Let's find it out. Let's find it right now. We're going to find it right now. Going to Bel the Dragon. That's an Apocrypha. Which one we want? This is Bel the Dragon. Starting at verse 33. It says, now there was a prophet called Habakkuk, who had made pottage and had broken bread in a bowl and was going into the field for to bring it to the reapers. But the angel of Yahweh Shemashai said unto Habakkuk, go, carry the dinner that thou hast unto Babylon, unto Daniel, who was in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. And the angel of Yahweh Shemashai took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head through the vehemence of his spirit, set him in Babylon over the den. And Habakkuk cried, saying, Daniel, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which the Most High have sent thee. Hold on. Let's even get that in the GNT if we can. You know what? I can just do it right here. Let's get it. Let's see how they worded it in GNT. He grabbed him by the crown of his head, man. That's crazy. As soon as I open up the app, I'm in Habakkuk. That's okay. Okay. Verse 34. Let's read it again. Daniel chapter 14, verse 33. It says, at that time, the prophet Habakkuk was in the land of Judah. He had cooked a stew and crumbled bread into it. He was carrying a Salaki. He was carrying a bowl of it to the workers who were out of the fields harvesting grain. When an angel of Yahweh Shemashai spoke to him, take the food you are carrying and give it to Daniel, who was in Babylon in a pit of lions. Habakkuk answered, sir, I have never been to Babylon, and I don't know where the pit of lions is. So the angel grabbed the prophet by the hair and took him to Babylon. With the speed of the wind, he set him down near the pit of lions, right? He grabbed them by the hair. How? By, like, when you watch people get beamed up. Look, I think I got a picture to match. I guess this what this was for, right? Through the spirit, you could look at this as an example of being picked up by your hair, right? Getting beamed up, right? Getting beamed up. Now, for us, it's crazy on this side because we don't know about the chariots, the vehicles of the Lord. But in their time, That was just a natural thing, man. A natural thing, seeing the chariots of the Lord. Right? Come on, man. Do you believe that happened? I really believe. Of course, you want to double up your faith even more. But Yahushua just told Thomas, right? But what about those that believe and they didn't see? Do you believe and you did not see these things? Are you even seeing things now? One thing you can see right now, the smallest example, the men of the Lord on the highways and byways. This was said in Matthew 22. Before I came in this truth, I seen men on the highways and byways teaching. I never seen the church doing that unless it was for some political or protesting, something that I was dealing with the church. But saying every day, going to the highways and byways and shaking the hand and speaking about the place you living in, speaking about the rulers, I ain't never seen the church do that. But I seen men on the highways and byways, right? I never knew that the Bible speak about a woman's menstrual cycle or speak about being away from a woman when she has a son or a daughter, 40 days, 80 days. I never knew that. But men is bringing this out, right? A woman is cursed, right? She's gonna be bald, short hair, or some of them is gonna have that joint that Jada Pinkett got, right? Come on, man. Speaking about the children of Israel in the North Country in Jeremiah and other scriptures too. And we're in the North Country. Jake scattered four corners of the earth, and it's in the scriptures. Right? I don't gotta go to these places where Jake at? Where the black Latinos, the natives, and Hispanics? I can see it, right? This book. Man, let's get something right here. This book is called How White Folks Got Rich, the Untold Story of America White Supremacy. Right? Let me get this. Right? This is page 13. Page 13. This paragraph. It says Thanksgiving holidays were actually celebration of successful racial massacres. I was not there. But don't we celebrate Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving holidays were actually celebration of successful racial massacres. The Red Holocaust was symptomatic, calculated, and extremely profitable. Colonial merchants supplied the British, Dutch, French, American armies to ethnically cleanse the Indian nations from their ancestral lands, right? This is talking about North America and Central America, or South America, if you want to say. Come on, right here in this book, right? The Dawes Act that happened in 1887, man, and ended in 1934, right? The Dawes Act is where the Indians, so that they could receive an atonement of their own land. But to get on the Dawes rolls, Native Americans had to change their names to make them English sounding. But these dang Edomites, it said this allowed white officials to slip the names of their relatives and friends into the Dawes rolls, illegally reap of themselves millions of acres of land. Why the Edomites didn't fix this history and give back that land? But then they tell us to forget slavery. Oh, y'all make America seem so bad. Y'all trying to make slavery seem even worse. It's right here, man. Plain and simple. But guess what? Was I here? Maybe in my past life, but in my mind frame, no, I can't remember this. But do I believe this happened? Hell yes. What gives me the sign that this is even real? We're celebrating Thanksgiving. When Thanksgiving is over, what do? They called it Indian Day. I think it's called Indian Day. I forgot what the heck it's called. It's called Indian Day after Thanksgiving. Dang Christmas. What's after Christmas? Black Friday. Come on, man. There's so many points in this, man. Babylon and Timbuktu. Right? Yo, this whole thing is based on faith, man. Let's get James 1 and 12. This is James chapter 1, verse 12. It says, Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which Yahweh Shai hath promised to them that love him. To love the Lord, right? 1 John 3 and 18. Like ye little children, don't love in word or tongue, but love in deed and truth. In action, we're going to love the Lord, right? We have to endure the temptations that's in this world. right? The crown of life promised to those who endure in faith. This whole thing is faith. Yo, when the famine of the word come, it's gonna be a huge shadow of darkness over the whole earth. Because only those that have this faith and walk in this truth, you're gonna have light in your house. But when it comes to this world, we're gonna hit a real dark area. Then the MOTB. And only teaching is going to be in your house. Wherever the men of the Lord is at, they're going to be teaching. They're not going to be in the highways and byways. The real men of the Lord. Now, you fake phony ones, the Lord might put a spirit on you to still be out teaching. But the real men of the Lord are going to be removed off the corners teaching. They're going to be removed off of YouTube, TikTok. We ain't gonna be teaching no more. I want that day to come. I want this darkness to happen. So that all of y'all that thought this was a game, man. Right? Everybody about to be distracted. I watched Kai Cenat, but all these people is distracted and don't know what the hell going on. All these things is made to keep Jake more in sleep motion, right? This is the time to grow and build your faith. Because when the MOTB come, all you niggas that want to be streamers, you want to have this money, you want to have that job, that 6-figure real estate, you're bound to take it, man. Bound to take it. I was watching this movie last night, Captain America, where people were saying it was doodle. Now I think it was one of my Akim. But when you really watch, they had this damn device in people that they could control them and make them bug out. It was a dude from the movie The Hawk that and he was able to manipulate people's mind. And it just lined up with the Charagma, man. Right? Where this device is by the government and it's about tracking. If it can track and do all these other things and they can surveillance what you're doing, it's going to be able to do way more. That's why it even talks about a sword destruction. Yeah, they're gonna force people to take that dang mark. But those are the faith. Now it's gonna be some people in the world that won't take it, man. I'm gonna believe. I believe there's gonna be some stubborn niggas, some stubborn Edomites that's not gonna take it. It's gonna be some. It's gonna be some that's cool because you got some Edomites that just live like rednecks, just out in the woods hunting. They half the time they're not even part of society. But those that really want to be of the society, doing this and doing that, a lot of them are going to take it, right? So the application of today. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm missing something. Let's go to 2 Corinthians. The brother said Edomite is going down regardless. Yeah, it don't matter if they take it or not. They're finished. Especially you Edomites that's living in America. You low-level Edomites. Oh man, you gonna have it the worst because the top elites don't even give a damn about you, right? This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 7. It says, "For we walk by faith and not by sight." And this is supposed to be an everyday thing. You brothers that's always law, which you want to establish the law. We ain't boasting on it, but we supposed to boast in Yahweh Shai. Hooks through the nose. Where is it at? I think it's in Galatians, right? Where it says, boast in the Lord. Is it 6? I know if I look it up, I'm going to find it. Image of birds on cross. Oh, man. I might have to look it up. Is it right here? Okay. Yes, it's right here, but I'm going to read this real quick in the NLT. This is Galatians, the 6th chapter, verse 14. Galatians chapter 6, in verse 14 in the NLT, it says, "May the Most High's peace." Wait, hold on. Is this the one we want? No, it's verse 14. Salaki family. Galatians 6 and 14 in NLT. "As for me, may I never boast about anything except the cross of Hamashiach." I never boast about anything except the cross of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. Because of that cross, My interest of this world has been crucified, and the world's interest in me has also died. You got to have faith just to hold this scripture, right? The interest of this world, it died. Most of us come in this thing, and we only care about food. Shit, I care about food and something to drink. You know, being with my brother, I could drive around the town and just be with my brothers, go to this city and come back and be fine. But doing things in the world, scheduling, let's go out. Like, I don't care about all that, out of town. I don't care about doing all this spontaneous stuff in the world. I could really care less, right? I want my days to be faster, right? But at the end of the day, we're not boasting on the things that we do in the law, but we're gonna boast in Yahweh Shai, right? We're gonna boast in Yahweh Shai. I know when I go to work, this brother Yarman is going to speak about his vision, his dream. He's going to boast in a righteous sense. Man, I see this. Man, yo, man, the Lord allowed me to see chariots. Guess what? He allowed us to see it through a video. Yeah, the fashion of this world passed away, but the words of Yahweh Hashem El Shai, they live forever, right? Those good points. So now, faith of our fathers. Our forefathers believed promises they never saw fulfilled in their lifetime, but they held fast in the faith. Abraham believed Yahweh's word without seeing the full inheritance, right? Let's go to Romans, the 4th chapter. Romans chapter 4 and verse 20 to 21. It says, he staggered not at the promise. You know what? Let's start at verse 19. It says, and being not weak in faith, he considered not his own body now dead, when he was about 100 years old, neither yet the deadness of Sarah's womb. He staggered not at the promise of the Most High through unbelief, but was strong in faith, giving glory to the Most High, and being fully persuaded that what he had promised, he was able also to perform, right? He believed. When you go to Hebrews 11, he believed that the Heavenly Father can raise Isaac up from the dead again, which later on in the future he did. Yahweh Shai. When Abraham said the Lord is going to provide a lamb, even though at that moment he did when the angel stopped Abraham, but in the future sense, the Lord did provide the lamb, which was Yahweh Shai. Yeah, the evidence of things not seen. Let's get Hebrews 11 chapter. Verse 30. That's the one, verse 13. It says, these all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. A pilgrim is somebody that's searching for a holy land. But they died in faith. They believed, right? Let's go down. Verse 17. It says, by faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son, of whom it was said, that in Isaac shall thy seed be called, accounting that the Most High was able to raise him up, even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure, right? Faith, man. We in 2025. How is your faith, right? Yeah, Abraham was faithful. That's a fact. And to be faithful, when you go into, I think, Numbers 12 and 7, it says, Moses was faithful in the house of the Lord. When you look up faithful, it goes into being a supporter of the door. Abraham believed in the Son of the Heavenly Father, right? Because Yahweh Shai was spoken throughout the ancient times, right? When we deal with faith in Yahweh Shai's return, we haven't seen Yahweh Shai with our eyes, but we believe through the record of the word and the spirit. We believe by the word that Yahweh Shai is real. We believe, let alone, we believe in reincarnation. So one of us, a few of us, a lot of us could have been at that time either being a follower under the disciples, right? Or somebody who was probably a disciple walking with Yahweh Shai. If you believe in reincarnation, right? Yeah, the 2/3 would never see it. Even if you give them glasses. This faith is what sets the elect apart in the last days. How? Because of faith, right? They see through their faith, We don't physically have to see, but it's sometimes the Lord lets you see certain things, right? This is First Peter's chapter 1 and verse 8 and 9. It says, whom having not seen ye love, in whom, though now see him not, yet believing, ye rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your soul. And we understand in Hebrews 12 that Yahweh Shai is the author and the finisher of our faith, right? The Lord didn't give me a vision or a dream of me seeing him back in the ancient world walking, right? I did watch Passion of Christ. I did watch this. I did see this. I did read that. But by getting these scriptures and actually being taught the correct way, allowed me to believe, man. Somebody taking the time to really break these scriptures down on who you is made me believe that Yahweh Shai real. Actually breaking down Revelations, the first chapter, going into the image of Yahweh Shai. I believe that this man was a soul. If he was on the earth now, like in the time he is now, he would be a so-called African American. I believe, without him coming down, showing me, or me seeing a vision or a dream, man. I believe. You can't make this up. The Revelation 1, when it says his head and his hairs were like wool. So his head and his hairs on his face, sideburns, were white like wool, right? It looked white like sheep hair, as white as snow. Let alone is giving you a description, right? It's wool and it's white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. I believe his eye, not maybe the white part, but the eye itself. This part right here where I'm pointing at was red. And his feet like unto fine brass, like a penny, as if they burned in a furnace. I believe his feet was dark, because when you put a penny and you put a fire on it, it starts to look like charcoal. And his voice as many waters. So I would believe it would be real deep, raspy and deep and strong. I believe this. But in the church, it wasn't making no sense, because I seen that image. I couldn't break down scriptures. But now I'm understanding this is him. Then to know it's way more than what we think. When people saying UFOs, I'm thinking UFOs, maybe it's aliens. But if it's aliens, why is it taking them so long to come on down here and just take this shit over? But then you look in the scriptures and they saying this and this and that, boom, 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 boom. And they were seeing wonderful things in the sky. You like, wait, hold on, wait a second. And all them times I was dissing my brother, you ain't see no chariot. As soon as my faith started to grow and I started reading more, I started being more proactive in this truth, the Lord allowed me to see a chariot. He allowed me to see a big fire chariot shoot over the house, stand up and then zip out. I had to tell my brother, man, I'm sorry for always telling you that you was lying. Driving all the way to Philadelphia and the chariot was on this side of the car, and I looked and it flew right over the car on this side. So it was no way you can say that that wasn't a chariot, man. It was no way I couldn't, right? Now, y'all wasn't there with me. I don't got no video. I don't got no video to show you that that happened. I only got a word of mouth because I was watching it with my eyes. I seen it with my eyes, not on the video, in person. You know what I'm saying? So just like you, why you only seen one video I just showed you? Do you believe it's a Leviathan and no video surfaced about the Leviathan? Do you believe in the behemoth, the land animal, right? Man, the brother said, what then Israel have not obtained that which they seek for, the election have obtained it, the rest were blind. Romans 11:7. Blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Black all the way down to his feet. Only we can see it. Blessed brother, this is a great gift, no matter how bad it gets. I got nothing going for me here. Calm. That like the brother said after camp, if you gave up this truth, what you going back to? This truth gave you so much information, gave you the light, the vision. And when you sit back, what is this life giving? Look, my whole life I've been poor. From a little kid, been poor, been poor, right? I don't have a freaking will. I don't even plan on making a will. I don't think that this place is going to last that long, right? You wasn't taught about credit, investments, right? But the Lord allowed my life to be like this, to not have that around. Then to grow at a certain age and not even care for it, because my riches is not on this side until the Lord give me the riches. The Lord didn't say my riches is a damn Edomite on a dollar bill. That can't be my riches. My riches can't be I put my money in the bank. I didn't make that motherfucking bank. You know? I don't think I was made to be poor. I don't think I was made to be a servant. I don't think I was made to just be a nigga, man. I don't think that. I think I'm better than that. I think I'm over a lot of nations. But I did not know that till coming in this truth and then really sitting down thinking like, how about you, Mount Shai? I'm better than anybody that's not our people. I'm better than anybody that's not our people. In everything. Spiritually first. We are better than any nation on the earth because the Lord, man, I truly believe this, man. Now that we talk about it, it's making me believe even more. We different in all attributes, man. The way we smell, right? When Jake even dirty, he still look different in these nations. I want to get this one, but I want to get Joel. I really want the Joel. This Joel 2:27. It says, "And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am Yahweh your power and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed." The Lord is dealing with the elect right now, man. Yes, the Lord ain't talking to us like he did back then. Now the Lord is dealing with us through his son. I truly believe that, man. How brothers is doing lessons nonstop, right? Brothers is doing lessons for 2 hours, 4 hours. I did not plan for this lesson to even go an hour, right? But the motivation of just knowing the Lord is really, after just hearing how that brother was talking, even though my mind went here, soon as now I made my mind up to do this lesson, the Lord is with us even when you think that he's not. You could be negative. You could lose a loved one. The Lord is there. You know, I'm not connected to family as I used to be before this truth. Even when I started this truth, I was talking to my family way more. The more I grow in this thing, the more I don't give a damn. Like, I literally don't. The more I'm going to work to understand, the work helps me discipline myself more for this truth. I go to work 4 days, 12-hour shifts, 48 hours. The week go by quick. Then it's camp time. It's not even enough time to plan to do something. Vacations, I only get a couple vacations. By the time you even get a vacation, I don't even have the funds to even think about doing this and being that and being that. And then even wanting more money, what the heck you gonna do with it? If a bill is getting paid, when you say you want this and you could go get it, food or whatever, the number one thing we need is food and clothes. I mean, of course, beverage, liquid. But food and clothes is the main thing you need on this side. Right? Hold on. There was something that just came up. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 6. "But godliness with contentment is great gain." Wait, hold on. I'm going to go to the NLTZ. This is the NLT. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 6. In the NLT it says, "Yet true godliness with contentment is itself great wealth. After all, we brought nothing with us when we came into this world, and we can't take anything with us when we leave." I never seen what happens after you die. I never seen it. I don't know what it looked like, but I bet you look better than this. I don't know what the kingdom gonna look like after this, but I know it's gonna be better than this. It said, "But people who long to be rich fall into temptation and are trapped by many foolish and harmful desires that plunge them into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is the root of all evil, and some people craving money have wandered from the true faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows." I don't want to be rich, right? You want the Lord just to give you enough just to get by. Give me my daily bread. right? So that we can make it through these days. We can make it through these weeks, right? The brother said, I was on Rikers Island preaching the word for 6 months. The Muslims hated me. I was the only Israelite up against 10 to 15 Muslims. They couldn't touch me, although they wanted to. Yahweh Shai had them angels on guard, and the Bloods were mad too. Everyone was mad. I was preaching. Well, hey, if you out now, can you sit your butt down, master your craft? Even if you is or you're not, take your behind outside. Come with that. What would they say? Come with that same energy. Go outside. That your YouTube channel, man. Put an image on that. Put a picture on that thing, and start bringing forth the edification. That same energy you had in that prison. Bring that same energy on these videos. Right? Come on, man. And that's another thing. When you come in this thing, you should be knowing your purpose. Right? I got another one. I'm going to read it in NLT. I like it in the NLT. This is Revelations 14 and 12. Revelations 14:12 in the NLT. It says, this means that the Most High's holy people must endure persecution patiently, obeying his commands and maintaining their faith in Yahweh Shai. Right? Make sure you maintaining your faith in this thing. Right? Again, why this faith is a blessing. Yahweh Shai said, blessed are those who believe without seeing. Blesses those. You brothers and sisters, even you children, you are blessed that you believe and you didn't even see half of these things. Half of these kids, they haven't even seen, some of these kids haven't seen mad chariots, but you tell them you did, and hey, they say they believe. The children say, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The children don't want to go to certain family member houses, right? That blessing is salvation, protection, and ultimately being counted among the elect. Right, when I'm seeing chariots, when brothers having dreams and I'm laboring with these brothers, it be making me feel like, what if I am? I'm not worthy, but what if I am the elect, man? Then I start thinking, the Lord is dealing with brothers, right? Let's get Habakkuk real quick. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3 and 4. For the vision is yet for appointed time. We got faith. This is going to happen appointed time. Even though we teaching it, I don't know if it's coming in a week or a month, but from the signs of the time, it's about to happen. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. We living by faith over here, right? Right? The just shall live by faith, man. Right? So the other point. So our trials test our faith because we cannot physically see Yahweh Shai or the kingdom yet. Right? This is a trial. This is how you know you're being tested. Right? Let me get that in second Corinthians 13. You're supposed to be examining yourself. Right? 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves. How that Yahweh Shai Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates. Right? I'm testing myself even more when brothers is having certain experience that I'm not going through or that I didn't get to see. Right? Do I believe? Right? The same thought of the things that I'm reading when it comes to these prophecies, what's going to come to pass. I'm believing more that sometimes I try to meditate and imagine it. My mind can only go so far. The Lord allowed me to see movies or TV shows that certain things you be like, oh yeah, this thing gotta happen. See certain documentaries of certain things in the government. It's no way the government has any one of our best interests. It's no freaking way. I cannot sit here and think this kingdom gonna last forever, because if I believe what's going on in the scriptures, not one kingdom lasts forever. If it lasts for 70 years, if it lasts for 400, if it lasts for 100 or 200, it never lasted forever. Never. But then I see in the scriptures, the Lord's kingdom is going to be forever. So staying fast shows we are those blessed ones Yahushua spoke of, right? 1 Corinthians 15 and 58, be steadfast and unmovable. Let's read that one in the Amplified. Let me see if I got that over here. Yes, I do. 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, verse 58, the last verse, in the Amplified, the AMP Bible. It says, therefore, my beloved brothers and sisters, be steadfast and immovable, always excelling in the work of Yahweh Shem Shai, always doing your best in doing more than is needed, being continually aware that your labor, even to the point of exhaustion, in Yahweh Shem Shai is not futile nor wasted. It is never without purpose, right? You want to do more than what is needed, right? Some of us is doing the bare minimum. Like when the elders say, hey, do three videos, that's the bare minimum. But if you have the ability, guess what? The Lord knows you. He know the time you got. He sees the time. A lot of us wasting time. You know what? You could have been doing this. You could have been doing that. But even if you do get stuck or whatever, make sure whatever you're doing, it don't matter how much time, an hour, a lesson, or just reading a chapter or thinking, make sure you sincere on what you're doing, man. Right? It's times where I'm reading a chapter, like I was reading John 1, and I thought, like, man, I might do it. Half the time when I read, I want to do a lesson off of what I read. Right? But I know I'm inspired off of that. Then if I think I want to go do something, I'm like, man, I want to do a lesson though. Am I going to go live? I'm going to do a sit down. I'm going to want the lesson to be short. But then out of nowhere, while I'm doing a lesson, it becomes longer. And then I know it's that sincere thought in your mind. This is Sirach, Ecclesiastes 2 and 10. Look at the generations, Salaki. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahweh Shem Shai and was confounded, was confused? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? The Lord didn't. The Lord didn't despise them that called upon him. Isaiah 62, 6 and 7. Give the Lord no rest until he make full completion of his job, man. The Lord is still working. He's still working. Every day he working, right? The angels is always on work time, standby for us, right? When you go to First Peter chapter 1, I think verse 12, the angels are eager to see how we overcome this, right? So just to summarize St. John 20 and 29 again, this reminds us that true faith is not based on sight, but trust in the word of Yahweh or Yahushai. Those who hold fast in faith despite not seeing are the ones Yahushai calls and blessed, right? This is another example of trust, right? And, I'll bring this out probably a lot. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, verse 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, right? That grace, that favor, that compassion, that all comes through Yahushai. He that cared, he have cared for his elect, right? If you trust in him, you're going to understand the doctrine. You're going to understand the truth. You're going to understand Yahushai. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. For whoso despiseth wisdom and nourish, he is miserable, and their hope is vain, their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. Right? So you got to choose. And it's really through the Spirit the Lord is choosing for you. Right? You want to be praying to Yahweh Shem Shai that you still in his hand, that he still has favor on you, that he still wants you in his bosom. Right? Let me get that picture. That's symbolic to me. Being in the bosom of the Lord. Right? Is you still in the bosom of the Lord? Ask Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right, to keep you in his bosom. Or you gonna be over here, man. Hold on. You're going to be over here. You better be in the bosom of the Lord. You're going to be right here. Be in the bosom of the Lord. You're going to be right here, consumed by that fire. Consumed by that fire. You should be calling on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to keep you in his bosom. If not, you're going to be in this fire, man. All right? I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the one true power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem HaKakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. Almighty Shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit as a whole, that shall continue in sound doctrine in the same Spirit. Shalom to the Akwath, believers in his faith and his truth. Lord willing, you continue to pursue your life, being a loving and silent, virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters not in faith. Shalom, shalom, abba, abba.